What's going on, guys? I'm here with another video for you today. This one on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This one's a little bit different. This one's for guild management and one of the tools that I just made. So there are a lot of great Discord bots out there for guild management, for like territory wars, for finding counters, stuff like that. There's DSR bots, Scorpio, all those fun things. I use all of those all the time. But there was one kind of thing that I found a need for that none of those others really kind of did for me. And that was guild management for territory wars, and in particular, like squad management. So one thing that I always want to know whenever I'm trying to plan for a territory war is how many people in my guild have a certain team that meets a certain galactic power requirement. So like how many people in my guild have a Night Sister team that's 90,000 power or higher? How many people in my guild have a Phoenix team that's 80,000 power or higher? I don't know. Just pick a random team. And so, the DSR bot, you can find the rarity level, you can find gear, you can find people that met these certain requirements. But it doesn't tell you like how close they are or like what their galactic power is. So this one kind of filled a need for me. I'll put a link to Edie down in the description. If you feel like she'd be helpful to you, add her to your server. If you don't. She is also being hosted on a free AWS server. So if a bunch of people started like spamming her and like using up a lot of data and AWS tried to charge me, I will be shutting Edie down. So just there's that as well. Anyways, let's talk about what Edie does. So the first thing I'm going to do, $ is her command symbol. So let's put in, say, $help. This is a list of all the stuff that she can do. Some of it's just like fun stuff that I've been making for my personal YouTube channel Discord server. But the ones that we care about are the squad stuff for SWGOH. So for example, let's type in squad list. Now, I just moved her over to the AWS server. So there's no file created for me. So every user that uses Edie is going to get their own file. So you're not like competing with anyone for any memory or anything like that. No one else is going to be editing anything that you have. So she's telling me that I don't have a file created for myself. So I need to add one using the squad add feature. So for example, one of my favorite teams is the Night Sisters. It was my first ever arena team. So let's start a Night Sisters file. You can put anyone in the file you want. So I'll do squad add Asajj Ventress. All right, created me a file. Asajj Ventress, the first one in it. Let's fill it in with the rest of the Night Sisters. Squad add another Talzin. Squad add Old Daka. Squad add Night Sister Zombie. Squad add Night Sister Spirit. All right, there we go. So there's my 5 tunes. You can put as many tunes in there as you want, and the report will still work. It might take a little longer, but really 5 is what I wanted because I want to know how many people have a certain squad that they could say put on defense or offense. So this is what's helpful for me. Now you can look at your list later. So say I come back a week from now and I don't remember who is in my list. I can do squad list. This time, since I've created a file for myself, it will tell me that your file will always be there. It will not be deleted unless, God forbid, something happens to the AWS server. So that will be there basically forever. If I want to remove someone from my squad, I can do $squad drop, and the parameter is going to be the index of the character you want to remove. So let's say I want to remove Spirit for Acolyte. So I would drop number 4, which is the Spirit, and I would do squad add Night Sister Acolyte. All right, cool. There she is. Now the big thing that's really nice about this is going to be the guild report. So let's go ahead and do $squad report. It's going to take 2 parameters. The first one is going to be your ally code. So let me go ahead and put in my ally code from swgoh.gg. And then I will also put in the galactic power threshold. So see, I want to see everyone in my guild. So this will return everyone for this person's guild, not just that person. So keep that in mind. That's why this report might take a few minutes to run. So suppose I want to find everyone in my guild as a Night Sister team above 90,000 galactic power. So I'll do squad report, my ally code, 90,000 galactic power, and hit enter. So it sent off my credentials to the API. They were accepted. Now it's processing the data. This is going to take a second. So while this report is running, a couple things I want to mention. The first one is that it's not perfect. So like I said, it's not my job to be a programmer. So I'm sure that if you try to break this thing, you probably can. Just let me know if you find a bug in the comments below, and I'd be happy to fix it, mostly because I want this to work for myself. Number 2 is it's unlike DSR bot and some of those other bots where you can type in, add JKR, and it knows that you're talking about Jedi Knight Revan, or GAS, and it knows you're talking about General Anakin Skywalker. This is not that smart. So if you wanted to add Jedi Knight Revan, you would have to type out Jedi Knight Revan. There is some fuzzy logic and some comparisons going on, so that if you typed in, Jedi Knight Revan and you spelled Revan wrong, since Jedi Knight Revan would more than likely be the closest match, it will still grab that one. But now, like, say you just put in Night Sister and didn't put Zombie Acolyte or Spirit, I'm honestly not sure which one it would grab. So just know it will tell you whenever you add it. It's going to show you who's in the squad. That's what you typed in, so you can see it. And then when you run the report, if it picked the wrong one, then you'll know, and you'll have to go back in and change the spelling. But just know that it's not perfect. The fuzzy logic does try to help for some of the, typos, but just know, like I said, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to take a few minutes to run, and because Discord messages are limited to 2,000 characters per message, it's going to have to spit it out in multiple pages. So that's not too bad. Just be on the lookout and be waiting. So I'll give it a second, and I'll pause the video now, and I'll come back whenever it's finished. Never mind. Just kidding. It's just now finishing. So here we go. It's starting to print out my guild report. So as you can see, it's got multiple pages on it because it's probably going to have several people have good Night Sister squads. So let's give it a second to finish. It will say when the report is done. There we go. End report. So if I scroll up to the top, I can see every single person. So this is the name of the person in my guild. This is the galactic power for the squad. It's literally just the sum of these numbers. Oh, and I put in, this is interesting, it grabbed the initiate instead of the acolyte. I'll have to take a look and see what happened with that. Again, it's not perfect. This will tell you the tune's GP. This will tell you the gear of the tune, and it'll do that for everyone. Interesting, it picked. So this person, I will tell you what happened here. This person probably doesn't have the acolyte unlocked. If you don't have the acolyte unlocked, it doesn't show up in the API from SWGOH.help. It won't show up, so therefore it picked the closest one, which was the initiate. And the sum happened to be within the threshold, so that's why it showed. So there you go. That's why that happened. So if you see something like that happen whenever you run it, now you know. So anyways, we can go on down. There's me. So there's my acolyte, my zombie, my old Daka, Taliesin, and Ventress. If as a squad, it's 100,000. So I could go through and I could count how many people in here. That's how many I would have to rely on for like a territory war. You're doing the Geonosis territory battle. How many people have a strong enough Night Sister team, to get however many out of battles. So this is what it does. It tells you, it doesn't tell you Zetas or anything like that. If I feel that there's a need, or if enough people think there's a need, I can always add that. But this is really the data that I wanted. Let me know down in the comments if you find this helpful. I know that I definitely do, because this is something that my guild has a lot of talks about, is, how many people have Night Sisters, how many people have Phoenix, how many people have all these teams. So hopefully this helps you guys. If it does, please drop a like. Makes me feel good to know that my tools are being used and you guys find them helpful. And also, drop a comment below if you find anything wrong with the tool. Feel free to join the Discord and post in there, ask questions in there. And if you have any other ideas for like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes tools that you would like to see a Discord bot do, let me know. I'm right now, I'm not promising you I'll do any of them. This took me quite a while to learn, but if I find it something that I think would also be valuable for myself, it's something I would definitely consider. And then if you feel so inclined, I do a lot of streams. I do live streams of Grand Arena. I play some Let's Plays, Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect, stuff like that. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notifications for any new videos, any new live streams. And that's all I got for you. We'll talk to you guys in a new video. Have a good one.